Okay, I am live. Let's see who gets in the room here. Oh, of course not. Of course it isn't coming through on the chat. Oh, for fuck's sake. I hate Google, I hate it. Oh, of course not. Of course it isn't coming through on the chat. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we're good. Can you guys hear me okay? Everybody good? What's up, Black Pill? How you doing, man? What's up, Misanthropic? What's up, Staying Free? Okay, cool. So you guys can hear me now? All right, sweet. Yeah, today I'm just going to do a little bit of a live stream. I figured I'd throw up on my channel. I guess I'd throw up on my channel today. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw up a live stream on my channel. All right. Yeah, Black Pill, I'm gonna send you those videos. I got your message on Skype. I just been busy today, and so, but yeah, I got those videos I'm gonna send you. So yeah, Misanthropic and Staying Free. You guys want an invite? I'll have you guys come on if you're interested. I haven't had you guys on my channel yet. I know that we have. We've been talking on other hangouts and whatnot, so I figured it would be cool to have you guys on and showcase you gentlemen on my channel if you're interested. So I can send you a link if you want. Do you think the Earth? I swear to God, I get people send me this question all the time. Do you think the Earth is flat? Element X. Serious question. I mean, what's with the Earth being flat and people sending me this question? All right, look, I'm gonna lay this out there so that everybody can get it. All right, here's the deal. You know what? I'm gonna save that for later. I'm gonna save that for later because I don't want to get into that right now. I just want to have a calm chat. But I'll mention that before I leave. Okay, so we'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get it in there. We'll clear this damn crap up for God's sake. All right. Anyways, yeah, Staying Free, Misanthropic. I'll send you guys a link right now, and you guys can join in, and we'll have you guys on here. So I'll send you a link right now. All right. Let me see here. All right, cool. Yeah, let me go pour myself a cocktail real quick, shall we? And I will return, and we'll chat with Staying Free and Misanthropic, and we'll have you guys on. So I shall return. All right, I'm back. Let's get this show on the road. Misanthropic Altruist, and I'll just call you MA. I know Staying Free is like, why the hell do you keep saying that? All right, MA and Staying Free, I'm sending you guys a link, and we'll get this show on the road. All right, let's do this. Let's see, Google Hangouts. Yeah, I'm sending you guys a link right now. So let's do this. All right, where are you? All right, Misanthropic, I'm sending you a link. All right, let's see. Where are you? There you are. All righty. So I have to figure this out. I know you got to go to the Google thing. I just have to type in your guys' names real quick and add you to the thing. All right, Misanthropic, I sent you a link, and Staying Free, I'm going to send you a link right now. And Staying Free. I think I sent you an invite. I'm not sure. I just did the little invite thing. We'll see. There we go. Sent you a link, Staying Free. All right, guys, sent you guys a link. What's up, Emily? How you doing, man?
What's up, man? A weird day, but it's getting better. It's all right.
You know what? I tell you what, it's been a weird day for me too. It's one of those weird, those days you just kind of wake up and you're like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, real world stuff, and then even on a little bit of online stuff. The real world stuff really got my day going though, because I trying to switch insurance, and I've been going through this rigmarole. Come to find out, the last insurance company flagged me in some way, so to get new insurance is more difficult. This is car insurance, right?
Mm-hmm.
The new agent tried to tell me, oh, well, you have a ticket. We see this back at blah, 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 X amount of time. Well, I wasn't stopped. So, yeah, it's untrue. They're like, oh, well, that's what we have. And I'm like, okay. So I called the DMV, waited on a half hour, got on the DMV. Nope. You're clean. You've been clean for, a long time. So I'm like, so the agency, you're basically telling me then you have on your side, on the insurance side, you're lying. You're straight up lying for whatever reason. So, yeah, I've been dealing with that bullshit
today. Yeah, I'm looking in the chat right now. It says, Michael says it's a full moon today. Well, I guess that could explain everybody's weird mood.
Yeah, even if you don't subscribe to any of the spiritual stuff, it does tug on our brain chemistry, so.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's why, that's why the surfers, they go surfs up, they do the moon hand symbol, which is the thumb and the pinky, because, the moon affects the tides, and that's, it affects the tides in the ocean. So your body is made up of 90% water, so it will affect you too. And that's why, they have like the full moon come out and they say that, there's like a lot of weird spiritual stuff that happens when a full moon happens. And so if you're made up of 90 something or whatever percent water and your brain is encased in water, then it definitely will affect your mood. And so maybe that's what's kind of going on.
Perhaps.
But,
rigmarole with companies is kind of second course, so it shouldn't be a big shock to me that a company's trying to fuck me around, so.
Yeah, that's true. Companies are always a pain in the butt, aren't they? They like to take money and they like to tell everybody to go fuck themselves, basically. So.
Yeah, it's par for the course. I think it's kind of like the more you have to try to strive for the balance where to become outraged by every little thing is a good idea, to try to get some serenity in your life, calm the fuck down. But at the same time, the more aware you are, you're going to feel that. You're gonna process information in that way, and it's difficult. At least for me, I can only speak for myself. It's difficult not to get upset at bullshit when you see it, So.
Yeah. Well, today I kind of wanted to touch upon that. That's why I called the video "The World Is Going Mad." Don't get caught up in the circus, because I gave myself the liberty to basically spend, and I regret it completely, but I gave myself the ability to spend 1 week just to keep up with what's going on in the political sphere of things. And I asked, I
Yep.
ask myself basically, is there anything really that they're talking about that I need to keep up with? No, not at all. Nothing. Zero. It's all a circus show. It's all a bunch of crap. And you look at people today, and I think today, I think people are going insane because they're taking this stuff way too serious, and the tides come and the things come and go, and people come and go along with what everybody else says, and I just look at people, and they just they're so immersed into the politics and into what the SJWs are doing, and everything else, and I can see it on people's face. You pay attention enough to this stuff, they'll drive you crazy.
Absolutely. And I don't know exactly if it's just I suspect that it's identity politics is now the new politics, and it's irreversible. And so people personalize things in a way they didn't used to do. It seems when I was growing up, even when adults would argue about politics, it just seemed to me it was a little bit more civil. Sometimes they blew up. Friends got mad at each other. They still remain friends. But it feels like something has shifted, and I can't put my finger on it. But people are personalizing these big external ideas, these heavy, things outside of themselves on a much, much deeper level than they have at any time that I've been alive, that I can tell.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's become so, I think you said it perfectly. I think at some point, talking about politics and all this stuff, it was a civil discussion because what those people were talking about were, there wasn't an ad source or an ad revenue of information to make up all these stories or whatever to get people just to pay attention to it. It was, this is what's going on, and it means something, and it's not just trashing people for the sake of trashing people. And that's really what it's come down to, I think. And with that, then you're absolutely wasting your time getting caught up into that stuff. And I think what it is designed to do is to get people to be, that's how they control people, and the whole emotional psychology aspect of it. If you get people to be upset enough over something, then they'll do crazy stuff, because everything in our society today is based on emotional reactions and satisfaction, whether it's Facebook, somebody liking a comment, or a comment on some social media site, or your favorite, politician or your favorite whoever getting trashed or whatever, and not everybody has to come to the rescue in the defense of somebody. When you can manipulate people that easily, then people are going to be completely emotional disasters, and that's what I see.
Yeah, the only thing that makes sense, it's, oh wow, we're gonna get into a lot of heavy ideas, but it all goes back. Nothing is immune to group dynamics and there's something as group psychology and how groups of people behave a little bit differently than when they're independent. And a lot of us, especially in Mgtow, we understand these things to an extent, but what I think we often forget is that we're not immune to any of that at all.
Yeah.
To be immune from that would literally mean to walk away from your computer forever, and possibly not entertain any media, and not interact with any other person in society at all. No, you can't even do that anymore. Not really.
Yeah.
So it's trying to we're trying to traverse that, So when we go back and we learn new ideas, or maybe we even come up with the ideas and we want to share it. So many of these, it's so funny. It's like people are creating these layers of ideology to make up their identity, rather than just ideas themselves, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And when you put layer of if you put layer of ideology on, you're just going to be constantly conflicted and constantly pissed off. Right? I mean,
yeah. I think what's happened is that people have attached themselves to what their belief systems are, or what their favorite thing is. It's like the whole cell phone thing, right? People have become a part of their app and not realizing that the app is just a tool. They've allowed the tool to become who they are. That's why I say with a lot of women, I'd say about 90% of them, if not higher than that, they are there's a saying that goes, if you, whatever they buy, their stuff begins to own them, because their lives are dictated based on what they buy and the social status they get from it. So basically, you become you become your phone, you become the purse that they have, and the clothes and the hair color they have. And so when you allow those things to rule your life, you're not going to have a life. You're going to be succumb to what people want you to think. And I think that's the whole agenda here. What's up, Staying Free?
That's funny. Like, one of the big things, kind of not really in the broader political sphere, but certainly within YouTube and the whole skeptic community, like, they're having a huge blowout over this that app, that Candid app. A bunch of them, I guess, were shilling it. Promoting this particular app. They said, "Oh, it's free speech. This is a great app. It's better than Facebook. It's better than everything." Come to find out, there's information that's been led back where this company is trying to develop an AI to categorize people, and they're probably going to, sell this off to Facebook or Google once they're done. And they're using this free app thing to collect, people for this experiment, for a lack of a better term. And so there's a lot of infighting within that. That sphere, that skeptic crowd, or whatever you want to call it. And it's just amazing how they're going back and forth with it. But the root of it is supposed to be about free speech, and how, these technologies are essentially taking over not only our lives, but our identities. Heart of what we're talking about, that's all of these things, including what we're on right now, are at play. And they are serving a function. And no matter how much we think we're rebelling, I think we're being corralled in the way we don't want to be. We're not aware. So
exactly, I want to touch upon that. What's up, Staying Free, man?
Oh, how's it going? I was just fucking with AM on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
You called me a crackhead, man. Fuck him.
Yeah, what do you think, man? I mean, we were just talking about how the politics is garbage, basically. There's nothing of any kind of substantial, any garbage or any of that crap that they actually talk about that's meaningful of anything. It's all a circus show. It all is the same stuff. What do you think?
It's actually very right. A lot of things, though, don't really have substance. That's why I talk a lot about basically delving into something and looking at it for what it really is. Don't take any of the shallow bullshit that they're feeding you, because those shallow waters actually run deep if you take everything at face value. You really need to plunge in and see how deep it really goes, and how much full of shit that they're feeding you. The reflection you see in the pond is bullshit.
Yeah, it really is. And it's amazing to me how it's just like, I go out in public and I hear people talking about like what some person said on the TV or whatever. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, man, these people are so lost. It just makes me sick. And you wonder why people do drugs and they drink, at least the people of high intelligence. Because how can you put up with that stuff? I mean, who can put up with the mind-numbing garbage that is being pumped into our heads on a consistent daily basis? All this political, it's like, I was looking up some stupid crap about like some political stuff, and I'm not going to look it up anymore because it gave me a headache and I almost wanted to kill myself after I read it. But they were like, yeah, today we replaced an attorney general of the 4th legislature of the executive congress of the 4th chamber in the state representative's office of the blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, what? Who cares? It's
actually very annoying when you have to go out in public and you have to listen to people say these things, but you realize for a certain thing that you can't really speak your mind openly like that. They've made sure that for a social acceptance and understanding that you're not allowed to do those things, because they have certain buzzwords that cause an emotional effect in a lot of people to go ahead and try to shut you down. And I describe this in a little bit when I talk about the Black Thug Simps and how everything goes back to basically you're saying something about their mom and that emotional reaction that happens. And it's really fucked up when you look at a lot of commercials and shit, how they will do this training of mental association for that. I'm not a fan. Believe me, I'm not.
Liberation Y covered that in his last video on disposability, which was awesome. He keeps turning out really excellent content. His stuff is real concise. Liberation Y. But yeah, he went over that. is male life less valued than a woman's life is, but beyond sexuality, mothers are kind of at the top of the social ladder, because most men become instantly triggered if you say something that might criticize their mom, right? So this is definitely like a phenomenon that it seems to be with us through the ages, like, and yeah, don't talk about my mama. It's going to get crazy here. Even like we can even view this with people that would project more of a red pill or purple pill kind of image, or even a conservative image. And guess what? I can offer this too. You talk about my daughter, I'm going to be triggered like if you talk about a dude's mom. So there's that emotionality is still part of it. It's very much with us. So.
Yes, it's one of those factors that's very hard to get through. You don't find many people you can talk to who can objectively look at things and then separate the emotions and the logic. It's one of those things that you find it very hard to have certain discussions with people, because those things, for me to use the term quote unquote triggering aspects, will always be a place. See, Harold Sate made a video recently and I commented on it, and basically it was about basically you get the comment was simple, you get the woman, then you have the men. It's something I've been noticing for a long time since going Mgtow and red pill, is that basically the male behavior, especially in society, a lot of the archetypes you see around, is immediately a response towards the request of the women, subtle, or subconscious or whatever it is. And you'll see these behavioral types somewhat emerge to a response of the female culture that is going on.
Yeah, that's what I think that's what Hitler did. He said you tell them that you say that the women and the kids, once you put that note of that the women and kids are being harmed, then you got the guys, because the guys are going to defend the women and kids, or at least the majority of them are. And so that's a tactic. I mean, that's a psychological warfare tactic. And our society is full of psychological warfare. I mean, every day. That's why I've said, and I think I've mentioned this in maybe a video or two back or whatever, but everything that the media puts out there is a form of psychological warfare. Because what do they say in the mainstream media? They say mainly you hear about women being assaulted, or minorities being assaulted, or whatever. And then what happens is people feel like they have to do something about it, but they don't know.
They have to be put back into that protector mode. We have to protect women at all costs, even if the message is that they're equal or superior to us. We have to protect them. That's the bottom line.
And when you do that, you get people to basically, like you said, MA, you said that, what we see kind of going on with the whole technocracy or whatever, we have to use the technology because it's become a part of our life now. So even if we wanted to break free of it, we can only break free of it in the extent of not looking at a YouTube channel or not looking at a website if we don't want to, blocking it. But we're still using the technology. So regardless of whatever we say or do, they're still going to put their stuff out there, and we still got to use it, and they're still going to gather the data on it. So I think we're very limited from, being able to really completely, separate ourselves from all this crap. And that's why the only thing that you can really do at that point in time is to hopefully, you're educated enough to realize that it's all nothing but a circus show. And that's really what it comes down to. It's a circus show. And it really gets dangerous because people are willing to go to such extents to the point where they'll riot in the street, they'll throw out, they'll throw bottles or whatever because of what they heard on the news. This is, I kept mentioning 1984 and Brave New World because there really isn't any better guideline or manual, so to speak, that reflects what we're seeing today. We got the technocracy, which is what Apple is. It's what all the big tech corporations are. Everybody uses their technology. We just had CIA come out, WikiLeaks released that the CIA releases programs based on the fact that they can control your car. How much more of a control system could you possibly get yourself into other than that? I mean, it's insane, but it's what it is.
Well, the interesting thing about like the whole Orwellian comparisons that a lot of people miss is that a lot of the backdrops or the back history provided and is in the text and books or the film, you know, from Orwell's universe, it kind of implies that there was resistance and that this was an oppression on everyone and that nobody quite wanted to be that controlled, or at least alludes to it to some point. But in reality, as we've witnessed, the majority of people have handed all this privacy over, all this autonomy over, because of convenience or, you know, because of a need to be led, you know, whatever the case may be. But like, we are where we are because of a lack of resistance.
Yeah.
You know, and I find that very interesting. So to make the comparison to like 1984, sometimes it's right on the money, but I feel like sometimes it kind of denies our responsibility that a lot of us just weren't resisting to lead us up to this point. You know, I mean, we all have purchasing power, we all have consumer power, yet so many of us, even the bright ones, even the brilliant ones of us, have still kind of gotten trapped into that 1984 vibe. You know, so
yeah,
let's open that rabbit hole. Why is that? Why even if the brightest of us are able to? Why do even the brightest of us, we still comply to some levels? Even the most hardcore of Mgtow, the moment you step on an internet forum or media, you are complying. Even if you're railing against all the system, in a certain way, you're kind of complying. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that there is their responsibility that has been negated because of saying that, you know, there's, I don't know how to describe this. I think that, you know, we do have a responsibility to stand up against it, and unfortunately nobody has done anything about it. That's why, like you said, it's been allowed to get out of control the way that, you know, it has grown out of control the way it is. And so unfortunately, you know, there's not enough people, and, you know, I shouldn't say that. There's plenty of people that could make a change, but if people are, the problem is you have to be educated in what's really going on here. And if you're not educated in that, or you think, if you're one of these people that, if you believe everything you hear on the news, and yet they think that they're going to do something about something because they're part of one side or the other, just getting caught up in the Hegelian dialectic, and then before you know it, they're still going to be led, you know, into the meat grinder. So that leaves us at a catch-22, really. What do the people that do know about it, you know, what are we going to do about it? I mean, we can only stand up and do so much. You know, we can make our videos on YouTube, and, you know, we can stand up against it, but at what extent? I mean, how far can we really reject this stuff if every bit of it, like we were saying earlier, you know, we got Apple, we got all the tech companies or whatever, you know, if they're gonna get our data, they're gonna get our data. What, are we just gonna stop using computers? You know, I mean, what do you think, staying free? I mean, at some point, you know, how much farther can we go in rejection? How much more can we take it up a notch, so to speak, to reject this stuff? I mean,
to reject it. There's some fucking extremes. You didn't put a ceiling on that. There's so many different aspects you could go through.
Yeah.
Like, hell, you can run out to the fucking woods and just say, "No, fuck everything."
No, here's the thing: you can run out in the woods and say "fuck everything," but one, you're going to need some skill to survive, and then two, there's not a lot of open woods that are not owned by someone. Most land on the entire planet has been claimed to be owned by someone. So either you're going to run into like a forest marshal or a fucking security or, you know, police or whatever the case might be. There's no free land. You don't get to be sovereign in the woods because those woods are fucking owned by somebody.
Well, it's like when I talked about a little bit of my thoughts when it comes down to the zombie apocalypse and all that other type of shit. And you got these people having all these crazy ideas. You need a bunker, and you need to store this and store that. Like, hold up, dude. Do you understand how human beings really work? Human beings are attracted to where they notice any sign of another human being being there. They're going to get curious. They want to know. Part of our instincts is safety in numbers. Hence building tribes, civilizations, and all that shit. So if you think you're going to go to the woods and you got your shotguns and all this shit and your rifles and you're building fires and now you got a cabin and you're good, nope. No, you're not. No, the fuck you are not. Because you need to understand. And for a micro, I use it as a really simplistic analogy. Go to a parking lot and park far away as fuck from everybody. Then give it a while. Watch how somebody parks right by you. Out of nowhere. They just park right the fuck by you. Why is that? Because you know what? They're going off of what you're doing. They're saying, hey, maybe this guy knows something I don't know. Maybe there's a reason. I'm going to go over here where this motherfucker is. And you see it all the fucking time. Just go anywhere, to a mall, restaurant. That's why I don't like going to restaurants anymore. I literally was with my young brother. He was like, what is he, 15, 14? Something like that. And we went to this Chinese place, and we sat away from every goddamn body. You know what happened? And I saw the bitch do it from all the way across the restaurant. A nosy ass BT 9 motherfucking 100 right behind us. Because we were having dialogue, you know, like he's a young man. I want him to know exactly what's coming in front of him, exactly how it's going to be, those hormonal things, all that shit. He has a lot of questions about other people's behaviors, and, you know, I want to give him the heads up. Like, dude, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to lie to you. You need to know this shit. I wish somebody would have been around to tell me that. I had to go out and try to find, like, that male guidance. I didn't get that right off the bat. No, I had to venture out. I put myself in a lot of risk and danger a lot of times.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you see that, and then like immediately what you see, this bitch just walk all the way across, bam, right there. And she tried to act like she wasn't listening to us. I could see it immediately. When you pay attention to a lot of
it just comes.
Oh, yep, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say it just comes to show you how people are. And, you know, it's just, you can't talk about some things in front of people because that makes them uncomfortable. You know, they don't like hearing it. They don't want to talk about it. They want to pretend it doesn't exist and that these issues don't exist. And so it's really a dead issue when it comes down to explaining this stuff to people, whether it's Mgtow, whether it's how politics work, at least as much as you can understand it. Basically, you're only going to get through a thick skull only part of the time. You know, if somebody doesn't want to believe in it, if they don't want to listen, it doesn't matter what you're going to say. It doesn't matter how much truth you speak. If they want to block off their ears and ignore the world, then you can't help them. No. And that's why, you know, that's why I've taken the approach in Mgtow to say that the feminist issue and with the feminism and the social justice warriors and all these other things, it has destroyed this country so badly that it's irreversible damage. They have destroyed this place. They got the schools, they got the colleges, they got the politics. They got freaking the food industry, for God's sake, promoting this stuff. It's everywhere. The only thing I think you can do is just to simply realize that it's going on and to avoid it. That's all you can do, as much as you can avoid it. You know.
Yeah, you can.
Because what else can you do about it?
You can only avoid it to a certain extent. And you know, some guys. Here's the thing that a lot of men need to understand. There's a reason why they're really afraid of men spreading knowledge as in the sense we're doing. Because here's the thing. Men hold revolutions, not fucking women. Women don't do that shit. They're more worried about what benefits them. That's why it's all tailored towards benefiting them mainly. The moment they say, well, this is going to be for guys, they say, well, we got to feed a bitch too. Because otherwise we won't get them to do what we the fuck want. So when the aspect of when you hear some guys, you might hear them go a little close to that revolutionary speak and all that type of shit. It I mean, dude, that's nature if you want to be honest.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that George Orwell's quote. He said, "The news the people will believe what the news tells them to believe." Because when you grow up in front of a TV your whole life, and you watch TV, you know. Your brain will become adjusted to what you think is going on, and then when you go to school and all your friends are talking about it, it just reinforces the programming.
Oh yeah,
and you know, so they'll tell you. The news will basically tell you what you know. That's the whole point of why you know they put so many TV shows and stuff out there, and why TV is such a TV shows specifically are such a big deal because they know that they get so many people watching them and they know that people watch it. And if people are watching it and they fall into it, then they're going to believe it. And they're going to believe whatever the TV tells them to believe. So if their minds are brain dead, then how can you help these people? You know, just go look at how many people watch the sitcoms and the TV shows. You know, how many ratings they get. That's a lot of people.
You should have seen, we were in the background doing like a Lurk Squad hangout. And literally we were watching the movie Get Out. We didn't make it through the whole thing. We saw we saw it from a mile away. It was like, all right, this is boring, man. Fuck this shit. And then I was at work and some people started talking about it. Oh, some people are starting to get it. Like they're getting sick of this shit. They're getting mad.
I'm so tired. I'm so sick. I don't watch TV anymore. The only TV show that I watch is the Tennis Channel. That's all I watch. Everything else is garbage. Like I just.
You are such an old man, Element. You are such an old man.
Dude, I swear, I'm so tired of it. Because look, you go on the IFC channel, it's nothing but the same reruns of the same TV, same movies. You go on the news channel and CNN, well, that's brainwashing garbage right there. What else you go on? You go on, okay, I'm going to go watch Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmern. Hey, look here, we're eating an octopus, and it's in South Africa or South America. Let me try the dog. Oh, that's just disgusting. It tastes absolutely great. End of show. Next show, more Bizarre Foods of Andrew Zimmern. It makes me want to destroy my fucking head. I can't take it. I just can't do it. It's so.
The weirdest thing. That's why I keep being so curious about you, because I watched a lot of the same shit you have, and I thought some of the same things. I just look like, dude, what the fuck is this? Why is this a thing? Because I love documentaries and shit like that of people doing actual real things, not somebody arguing in the kitchen and throwing a champagne bottle. That's boring.
Make that turkey scream, baby. Fucking what's his face over on what is his name? Gordon Ramsay. I think he's funny when he's mad, but it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's just crazy, man. But yeah, as far as when it comes down to like Andrew Zimmerman and his whole thing about the bizarre foods, and he's going to a place and eating this, and he's basically shitting on everybody. That's really what he's straight up like, yeah, fuck this culture, fuck their food, this is bullshit, fuck this. And then it's always weird. I'll see those episodes where he's like chilling with like a Japanese MILF or some shit. I'm like, wait, what the hell is what's going on right now? What is this? Where did this go? What the hell just happened?
Well, I think it's all just, it's just, it's what it is. It's entertainment, and it's entertainment for the general masses. For me personally, I can't watch it because it bothers me and it makes me want to, it's just boring to me. I'd rather spend my time learning about something interesting. And that's, I guess everybody's different, but unfortunately, I think the majority of people, that's all they do is they watch those shows. And I'm just like, what are you doing with your life? Like, what the hell's going on here? That's all you do. And so that's why I put on the Tennis Channel, and I watch dudes hit balls back and forth across the court, because I don't even watch TV. And so because I have, I got the internet cable package, so, it comes with it. So I just don't watch it. So I just put it on. And because I can't watch the news, I can't watch the TV shows, I can't watch any of the other things because it bores me to tears. I just can't do it.
That's why I'm happy I spend a lot of the majority of my time at work. Here's the thing. When I talk about when I get out of work, the first thing I'm doing is like, what's going on in Mgtow? What's this? What's this article? What's this stuff? What's that? That's really what I'm doing. I'm sick of the shit. I'm sick of it. It's too much. They're basically saying, hey, you're such a dumbass. I can put these little subliminal bullshits here and you'll fall for it. You won't even notice what the fuck I just did to you and everyone else around you. And you're going to go with it because you're a fucking sheep. You worthless piece of shit. And don't think you're fucking human, because you're not. You are our tool, our utility. And you will do what is socially told that you need to fucking do. You got a problem with that?
That's basically what it comes down to. That's why I said, that the TV and the news and the TV shows that, the people, I think, have been reduced to nothing but a bunch of dried up raisins sitting in chairs. And we'll do what they're told to do, whether they like it or not. And people like us that we don't find any of that interesting. We know, we kind of see it for what it is. We're just going to have to deal with it, because we can't shut the whole thing down, even if we do, stop. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm just going to block Walking Fitness because I'm sick of his shit.
Yeah, what is his problem with me? Like, dude, I get it. Yeah, he's trying to bait me, but here's the thing. Just the same way it had with Tifa the Vampire. If you're going to bait me, you got to be a little better than that. Because hitting those, like the moment you just try to stick to race, guess what? You automatically lost because I don't care about race. I've talked about it 1,000 times. I've destroyed it 1,000 times with multiple different people in private and on air. So you need to go with a better tactic, buddy.
Yeah, I don't put up with this stuff over here on the channel. Anybody who starts with any shit, block, fuck off, bye, done. I don't put up with it.
Yeah, we just had to implement that over there because the stream that was going on, man, that shit was epic, dude. Like there was fucking Mgtow values and all types of motherfuckers was getting some deep shit, and then somebody hijacked it.
Yeah,
and then bam.
I don't put up with it. I don't have any tolerance for it. I don't put up with it. You're part of the problem. Go fuck yourself. You know, go find somebody else if you don't. I've had this guy, you know, I've had live streams before. The dude's come on here and done the same shit. I block him. I gave him a chance. I gave him a timeout. He didn't listen. Now he's blocked. So go fuck yourself. Goodbye. All right. Anyways, see, because I can't pay attention to
No. We got to give him credit. Get Out was a brilliant movie. It wasn't a race baity bullshit flick. It was a brilliant movie.
What? I'm triggered.
Yeah, I'm triggered too. But you know what? Speaking of movies and going back to Element, your Avatar and the movie that somebody loved to make analogous to life with the red pills and the Matrix and all that, they're rebooting it. What the fuck? With the female lead. What the fuck?
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Please tell me you're kidding.
I forgot where I saw that, but I'll Google that shit right. Google Warrior. I'll Google that shit right now. I'm dead ass serious. Somebody said it.
I already did it. It's legit. Yeah.
I thought it was a rumor. It's not a rumor. Like, dude, gynocentrism is hitting full mast. Like, I'm talking about this shit is the Titanic right now.
I'm gonna have to go get some drugs this weekend. I can't take it anymore.
Dude, AM might be right. I might start smoking crack.
Dude, you know what? I just got to stop the chat just for a second. All right, so I saw that in the Hangout that they're rebooting the Matrix. I saw that, but they're doing it with a female lead. Please tell me you're kidding, right?
I can't get concrete confirmation on that part. So there's a lot of speculation. We know that the project is in the works. That's true, but we don't have a lot of concrete information on what shape it's going to take. So.
Dude, here's my thing.
So the woman thing could be a rumor. However, if we paid attention in the last 5 years of these reboots, it's quite possible Trinity is going to be Neo.
Remember, we didn't even watch because that's still one of the ones we have to watch. We can't just go off of somebody's reviews. We eventually are going to have to watch Logan to see if Trav's claims are true.
Oh God, fuck.
Trav claims that Logan is now starring a small woman, a little girl. A little girl is actually the star of Logan now.
Yeah, I saw that stupid show or whatever it is. I don't even care anymore. Fuck it. Whatever. Let them burn. I don't give a shit. I don't care anymore. Fuck it. Now I don't care anymore. I swear to God, if they come out with the Matrix movie, and I know who's doing the treatment or whatever, it's Zach Penn, the screenwriter dude, whatever. If they come out with the movie, if it's Trinity, the original star of the Matrix, if they rewrite her as Neo, it's all over. The movie business is in the toilet as far as I'm concerned. It's been in the toilet. But if they cast some fucking bimbo chick and they rewrite the Matrix with a female lead and she's like the
Scarlett Johansson as Neo.
I'll sue. I'll fucking sue the company. I don't give a shit. I'll put my own money into it and I'll say, fuck you people.
Oh, no. I just looked up Zach Penn. Oh, fuck that simp.
What? He did the Avengers. He did Incredible Hulk. He did X-Ray and Elektra. Look, if they put Neo as a woman, I'm gonna cancel my cable service. I'm going to go find a place in the woods, and I'm going to sit there and drink myself into a coma until the world comes to an end because there's nothing else to look forward to. I swear to God.
There's no more movies.
I caught something the other day, and this guy was basically crooning, and he was given, Mgtow, MRA, Manosphere, all kind of red pillars of all variety. Like, oh, we're winning. Feminism's on the way out. It's on its last leg, this, that, and the third. And I kept trying to be like, okay, no, it's not. Like, when we say these things, there's no victories. Just because we talk shit about, articles and online amongst our little groups on fucking YouTube or what, that has having no effect because actual laws are continued to be passed against the interest of men every single day. Even there's a lot of men so-called red pill men that are big Trump fans, and it seems like they're not making a big fuss about the bills that he passed, which are basically affirmative action part 2. And I find that really interesting. We're not winning. This is not a position of winning.
Yeah.
You know, the feminist agenda is going on. It's going on loud and proud. It's going to continue to go on. So
it's going to go on as long as the agenda is done and completed, which is the complete and total domination of men, period, in every aspect of society. They rewrite the movies, they rewrite the books, they rewrite history, all women TV shows, all women sports. Until that is done, and then more, and then some, it's never going to stop. I'm completely agree with you. I hear people, yeah, feminism is on the way out and it's being defeated. No, it is not.
No, it's not.
It's only getting worse.
Yeah, that's
it's a matter of mental discipline. You know, at a certain point, you know, it's if you want to come into these circles and talk about these, narwhals and stuff like that, that's fine. That's fine. Just don't sell that shit to everyone. And I feel like a lot of people are doing about faces, and they're slowly going into that, like, hey, we've done this whole thing, evolutionary psychology, biology, all the stuff that we learn, all wall. But you know what? There's enough anti-feminists or women here that are coming out of the woodwork, and they seem legit. They seem authentic. We won. So I'm going to go get married now. To one of these anti-feminists, right?
I think that's what I've seen a couple Mgtows, and it seems like that's where they're at. Like they're buying that hype that Trump is just, he's so different. He has so many ideas. He's got this master plan. We're going to win. Everything's going to be cool. I can go back to the plantation safely now.
Yeah, no, you're not. Nothing gonna happen. Good luck. Have fun with that.
It's weird. Like, I keep hearing, here's the thing that a lot of us, we probably have noticed. They don't like when we speak like this and how we are basically objectively just going straight into truth and reality and saying exactly what it is for what it is with no bias attached.
No, well done.
Well, they can kiss our ass. I don't.
They need the bias, because people want to hear. They love the confirmation bias, and you know what? We have that even as men in Mgtow or SPI or whatever the case may be.
SP motherfucking I.
Do have bias, but the interesting thing that I've noticed about certain Mgtow, which I really appreciate, is that a lot of them just go off. They stop making content or they drop out the scene for a while. Soak up life in a different way. Maybe they go reading, go on a hunt or vacation or something like that. And sometimes they never come back, and then sometimes they do come back and they bring these different perspectives. They're like, hey, I had to go. Basically, they had to go destroy my ego and reevaluate and challenge my own ideology. And I appreciate that because I don't really see that a lot you don't see that a lot anywhere else. I guess that's what I'm
talking
saying.
about ego death and shit like that 1,000 times, and it's one of the things that I'll be honest, that's the only thing that keeps me balanced. Is I literally mentally try to destroy the shit out of myself as much as I can. Because if I don't, my ego eventually will go out of control, and I know where that leads me back to. That leads me back to, you know what? I'm the bitch master. I can go ahead.
I think what it comes down to with politics or whatever, and I don't want to, here's the deal. I mean, everybody wants a savior. Everybody wants to think that somebody's going to bail them out of their problems and everything's going to get better. And, we're not in a, I mean, this is the question that kind of runs through my head whenever people talk about these things. They say, oh, everything's going to be fixed because of so-and-so. I'm not going to mention names because it doesn't matter. But,
yes,
the point is, okay, so you think that one person is going to change the world. Okay, all right, let's just take that theory for right now. Okay, so you're going to think that just because somebody says something, that they're going to change the whole spectrum. They're going to change feminism. They're going to change the social justice warrior issues. They're going to change the tax laws. They're going to change everything, like they say they did, like they were going to do. And then here's what's funny. People go, well, you shouldn't expect them to do everything. It's not like you can't get everything you want. Well, then why the fuck did the person say that? If they said they're going to do all these things, if they know they're never going to be able to do all those things, it's called lying. People do it all the time. And the problem I think people have is that they cannot mentally or psychologically come to terms. And this is why I said it's a lost cause. Most people, it's a lost cause. These people are so brainwashed and so brain dead they will believe whatever they're told to believe. And that's what we see today, I think. And that's unfortunate. That's why I'm cautiously optimistic, and morally on the side of optimistic more than cautiously, just downright optimistic. That it doesn't matter what anybody says. Everybody's lying. As far as I'm concerned, everybody's lying to me, and I should never trust anybody on the TV or on politics or none of it, because they're going to tell you what they want you to hear so that they can get their job done, what they got to get done. And people just can't come to terms with that reality. They can't come to terms with the fact that things have been damaged, I think, in this country. It's over. The feminism is it's not going away. It's getting worse. Like, we were talking about the Matrix movie or whatever, getting a reboot. And like you said, Misanthropic, or I think it was either you were staying free. You see, this whole trend that we keep saying, it was the Ghostbusters was an all-female cast. God knows what else is going to be an all-female cast. It's a complete disaster. It's getting worse. I don't get what these people are in. Well, actually, I do get it. They just don't want to believe it.
Element, even by standards, so things are happening exponentially, apparently, because even by reboot standards, the Matrix is fucking young, man. Why do you need to go back to that so quickly? And the only reason why that I can think of that is because they're like, hey, Matrix and Red Pill analogies are creating these bubbles, these little communities, and this different kind of people are trying to think outside the box. We can't let that happen. We got to remake the movie and make sure they come back in the
all
box.
This shit before. You don't listen. I told y'all niggas don't listen. God damn.
Because it's SPI.
Shit.
This is not a bro down. This is the Element Cast. Shut up.
Fine, it's an Element Cast. I'll keep it casual. So when it comes down to a lot of what's going on, and I had, like, when it came on the Trump, I had this theory that, Trump is an accelerant. I was actually wrong. I was 100% wrong. Trump is not an accelerant. He's just the same old fucking politician motherfucker who, with the same promises. Some people try to equate it back to some historical presidential election and all this shit. But I'm like, well, no, that's not really what it is. It's basically a response to what was already going on in the first place. See, we had logical fallacies on what was going on. We're like, oh, this is the causation and correlation or whatever the fuck that shit is they use and that psych shit. In reality, this was already happening no matter what. This was going to be happening. So, and what we need to really pay attention to is that, all right, this was going to go down this path no matter what. Either way, this would have still been going on. If you pay attention on the human nature and especially what's going on as of lately, Element's going to yell at me after I get done with my rant. As it was going on.
Keep going.
As it was going on lately, this is just a thought. This is off the dome, off the cuff. That what's going on, this was already going to hit this path no matter what. That basically this huge tirade of gynocentrism, you even see the MRAs doing it. It's going to be a path that was already set in motion. And we're taking certain events and saying, well, yeah, this is what accelerated it. Nope. It was already accelerated in itself. They just needed something to give them a little more fuel. Something to just, oh, fuck, I'm contradicting myself. Shit.
I think people are just too mentally not there. I think people are brain damaged, and I don't think, I'm very cynical when it comes down to it, my opinion about this, but I think people are lost. Spiritually, they're lost. Psychologically, they're fucking gone.
As we become more, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's because we have lost. I mean, and this is the weird thing. People hate this, especially coming from any kind of atheist or religious kind of thing. But because atheism is becoming more prevalent, more popular, the absence of this God idea, right, this higher power, people are more lost because they don't know where to find that missing piece. They're not, so they feel trying to traverse through this nihilistic culture, which it really is. It's narcissistic and it's nihilistic, and they're looking for answers. And anything that offers an answer, they just seem to be they just lap it up. Anything but, oh shit, I might be on my own here. That thought is horrifying. Like, most people do not even have the ability to sit with their own thoughts for more than a couple minutes at a time. You know?
Yeah, it's very sad.
I mean, really, honestly, if you think about it, you know, if that's, I mean, that really, it seems like it's becoming more and more the case. You know, we got the people that are either completely sold on whatever they're told to believe, and then you got the people that question what they're told to believe. Then you got the two sides right there. Everything in this country is designed to pit people against each other. You got the blacks against the whites. You got the women against the men. You got the Republicans against the Democrats. You got the Mexicans against the Americans, or the whatever. It's all designed to get people to clash with each other. That's the Hegelian dialectic. It's designed to get people to fight. That's why everybody keeps mentioning that everything in this country right now is designed to be brewing up for a civil war, so that one side, if one side gets completely set off and something goes a little too over the line, then it's all going to break out to chaos. Like, let's say, for example, if one side of the political sphere does something else that the other political sphere and the people that support their side of the blue team or the red team or whatever, if they cross that line in the sand, it will erupt into complete chaos because things have been so divided in the country. I mean, we look at this. I mean, just look at everything we see going on today. Everything has been subjugated. I mean, I was looking up articles where the colleges now want to have only black or only white places where they can go. That's segregation. That is fucking segregation.
Yeah.
How much more further can you go?
Me and Seth, we talk about this a lot, especially in private, because we haven't found a way that we could deliver it in any way.
You can't.
Not erupt in a whole bunch of shitstorms. So we just talk about it amongst ourselves. But one of the basic, it goes back to dualism, and I think here is that
I mentioned dualism.
everybody has this internal conflict, right? And that's aggregating, and that becomes the external conflict, because most people are already internally conflicted, and then these two things, the external and internal, instantly. And how do you reverse that?
You're gonna have to repeat part of that because you were breaking up for a second.
Okay. All right. Am I still breaking up or not?
No, you're good.
No, you're good. You're good.
A lot of people, if you aggregate a lot of people's personal and internal conflict, that becomes the external conflict. The condition itself is a state of conflict, because we have all these different things going on, and most people delineate that towards some sort of duality, the good and the bad, right?
Oh, he's got you saying that word.
Like nuance. They don't like grayness. So
oh God,
we just externalize that, and then it feeds back on itself. It's like this is perpetual loop of the group and the self, and the group and the self.
I think that in a lot of ways, the human species is in a state of duality. I mean, if you think about it, why do we have one left and one right side of the brain that thinks completely separate from each other? I think that a lot of that has to do with the fact of, you know, the fallen nature of man, or whatever you want to say it is. But, you know, I think that the human condition is in a state of duality. That's why we have dualistic thinking in our country. We have the right versus the left, whether that's politics. We have women, we have men, we have, you know, it's all duality. It's either one extreme or the other extreme.
I think, as the master Cord Wayne called it, it's polarity consciousness.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, yeah. I know who that is, by the way.
I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
Well, when you're stuck on when your whole worldview can be cut up into two sides, living at all, you don't even have a brain at that point, in my opinion.
Well, why do you think that some people don't like it? But that's why I say get to the direct thing that is the problem, and get to the direct problem that you have a problem with, or that you want to actually solve. Because the moment you start adding extra shit in there for fun, you start adding those extra toppings on that cheese pizza, like a little bitch, that's going to be an issue with your mind.
That's a topping?
Well, let's call the pineapples anti-feminism. And let's call the pepperoni Mgtow. Let's call the
sardines feminism, right?
Yep, sardines are MRA.
Salty ass shit. The salty ass damn fish are the feminists.
Yeah, so the more you keep adding all that shit on, what's going to happen is a little bit of a conflict mentally for you. Because whether you like to admit it or not, I don't give a fuck what level of I hate that level of Mgtow shit. What level of Mgtow you feel you're at, or how far you felt you would advance. There's certain aspects to your brain, mentality, and instincts that you don't get to just drop off. You don't get to just let that go. That's gone. No, that's not how it works. There's a reason why a lot of Mgtows say that, hey, you need to figure out what the fuck you're doing. There's no 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You figure that shit the fuck out. Because otherwise you're going to have a lot of issues with yourself and your behavior.
There's more to life than just one extreme or the other extreme.
Element, to reel this all back into your title, what do you think are the biggest pitfalls and the easiest way to avoid the pitfalls of the circus zone?
Shit show. Did he say shit show? You steal my word? Oh, circus.
I don't know what you're talking. You're talking over me, so you can't hear me. So shut up for a minute.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a splinter out of my hand.
So, Element, I mean, what do you think is the circus, and how do we avoid the certain pitfalls of the circus, or can we? Or what are the limits to that? What does that look like?
Well, I mean, here's my view on the world. The bottom line, I think, is the feminism has caused irreversible damage amongst men and women. Whether there was some kind of, new walls or whatever argument that states that men and women are supposed to be together for marriage or mating or any other psychological explanation you want to put to it, it's been damaged for good. Even if there was some kind of inherent connection there that was supposed to be good, it's been damaged by the feminists, regardless. So there's no point of even bothering with that anyway. So, that's why I called this video, "The World is Going Mad, Don't Get Caught Up in the Circus Show." Because the world is going mad. People, they're getting caught up in one extreme or the other extreme in their thinking. And because of that, the only thing really that you have left, and this is why I'm into prepping, because that's why I said that, at least if the world goes to shit, hell in a handbasket, to whatever degree it does, then at least I will be prepared to at least a degree. I can never be truly prepared, but at least I'll have some degree of head upness versus the other dude down the street that has got a slice of pepperoni in his fridge and a bottle of water. Basically what I'm trying to say is feminism has caused irreversible damage. Don't buy into the politics because it's all lies and garbage. It's a circus show. Whatever these people say, it's not going to help your life at all. No matter how much they convince you on something is getting better, you as the person living in the world, your average individual who is not connected to the elites or to politics or any of this crap, you know yourself that nothing is changing. The most preeminent issues of what these ideologies have pushed in the country are not getting any better. They're getting worse. People's mentalities are getting worse. I see people, whenever I go out into public, I see people actually they're getting more violent. They're getting a lot more violent. They're getting a lot more willing to do things they wouldn't necessarily do. And when you have that kind of extreme that's being polarized in the country, then what's going to happen is you're going to be pushed into one side or the other. And that's why everything's being culminated to fight people against each other. They're getting us to destroy ourselves. And unfortunately, the only thing that you can do to stop that or to get away from it is just, you have to be educated. You have to know that this is all designed to get people to fight against themselves. They're trying to get us to destroy ourselves by having us buy into these one side or the other. And unfortunately, the majority of the population doesn't understand that. And you can't save the world because you can't tell people what to do and control people's minds. That's not something good to do. So you can't get people to realize your way of thinking or whatever, even no matter how good you think your way of thinking is. So you just, shut off the TV, shut off the politics, and just realize that it's all lies. Educate yourself and just realize it's not. They're not going to tell you what's really going on, because what's really going on, people wouldn't believe it anyway. I bet you it's so crazy what's really going on that if they tried to tell people, they wouldn't believe it anyway. They'd be like, okay, all right, we're really going to tell you what's going on. We're really, really going to tell you what's been going on behind the scenes. But people wouldn't believe it anyway because it'd be too crazy for them to handle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my view on it. I think, unfortunately, this is what happens. This is why us as Mgtow, we stood up against why feminism was such a dangerous ideology, because it destroyed the family, it destroyed children's lives, it destroyed the society, and it destroyed every other thing that revolves around those building blocks of what makes things here work well. And they ruined it and they destroyed it for everybody, and that's why we stood up so much against it. And that's why these ideologies are so dangerous, because they destroy countries, they destroy spirituality, they destroy the minds, and they destroy families, more importantly. And unfortunately, all the little fucking idiot feminists and all these other morons who think that it's, oh, we want to have equal rights. Equality is communistic. All right, nobody is equal.
Bullshit. Equality is complete bullshit.
But that's just my thought on it. You just have to shut it off and ignore it, and just spend time with your family, spend time with people you like you're spending time with, spend time with your friends, and just fuck it. Who gives a shit? Enjoy the decline, as far as I'm concerned. Buy your favorite scotch, or go do your crack or crystal meth. Fuck it. Who gives a damn anymore? I mean, I'm
it's funny, Element. When I was younger, I always dreamed of a day I would own this big ass house and this big ass theater with a big ass stereo system and just like a rec room, a big ass man cave, right? With all these distractions, with all this different kind of media, just endless amounts of music, endless amounts of movies, all this. I want a small but filled up library with old school shit. I'm done with the new shit. I'm done. You know, I'd rather read 18th fucking century, poetry and fucking smoke cigars than to deal with the new fuckery on a daily basis.
I'd rather make my own 18th century poetry.
There you go.
That's a film, 2017.
That's SP motherfucking I.
Yeah, I mean, motherfucking I.
You know, I mean, I know that this is not a very good message, but I'm going to tell everybody in the chat and everybody that watches my channel, just say fuck it. Who gives a shit anymore? Enjoy the decline. Go on hiking. Go do whatever you want to do. Fuck it. Because you know what? No matter how many times we make our videos talking about feminism, it's only getting worse. And nobody wants to listen, or either they're too stupid to want to know, or they're too stupid to do anything about it. Fuck it. I'm not going to sit here and get myself so frustrated and upset over the fact that they're making a remake, even though it does upset me quite deeply that they're actually doing that. What good does it do for me for me to get upset over something I can't control? You know, because that's exactly what they want. They want us to get upset because that's how they manipulate our emotions, and our emotions affect our actions because it's part of how our brain works. And so what's the point of me going and spending time watching the politics, and this person represented the Congress and the third representative got replaced by the Attorney General. Who gives a shit? I don't care. I don't care anymore. I don't care. That's the whole thing. I think with the freedom of what Mgtow brings a lot of men, I think, is the fact that at some point you just say, fuck it. I don't care anymore. I don't care what the women do. Fuck them. Let them go run off and diddle their twats and dress up in hook costumes and shit. They're doing shit that's going to destroy them, so let them destroy themselves. Because I'm not going to sit there and scream at the top of my lungs and lose my voice over them doing something that they know or they don't know, whatever. The bottom line is it's destroyed them. It's destroyed the country. It's destroyed us as men. And I know that I'll get messages saying, well, you should stand up and you should not take that because that's exactly what's allowing it. But what can I do about it? I can't go to a woman and say, did you know that Mgtow is going to kick your asses? They don't give a shit whether or not we kick their asses because the government is allowing them to get away with it. They're getting beneficiary checks in the mail, and the media is allowing them to go along with it.
A lot of times when I hear people say shit like that, I hear them say, what I'm really hearing them say is, hey, you know what? You need to shut your ass up and sacrifice for the cause. Wait, what? I thought we were trying to get away from male disposability. What the fuck are you talking about?
Unless you go straight up Galt or Ghost, the simple reality of the matter is you can call yourself Mgtow, and you might be, to the extent that you can, I'll buy that for a nickel, and more power to you. Do it as much as you can. But don't forget, if you own a business or if you're employed by a business, you pay taxes. And you are paying taxes into the system that you reject. There is kind of no escape unless you do the ghost thing. But if you do the ghost thing, every week I'm reading another state passes another law to make something ridiculous illegal, which is counter to trying to go ghost. Like you will literally get fined or hunted down if you try to go off grid or rogue.
Motherfuckers thought I was bullshitting with a lot of the articles and a lot of the shit I was talking about when I said, like, dude, you are being hunted, and they're making it sure that they will bring your ass back to the plantation as much as they need. The man wrangler thing and everything. When I first started my chats, people thought, I don't know who thought I was crazy, but they can fuck off. I'm not crazy. I know exactly what I'm talking about. You are
You're
being
exactly
man wrangled. You're seeing a lot of these motherfuckers. They come around here.
Yeah, I mean, people go, "Oh yeah, well just stop paying your taxes because it is illegal." Okay, you go. Okay, don't pay your taxes and watch the government come knock on your door and take all your shit and throw your ass.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Tell me about that. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, bullshit. It's ridiculous. These people think that just stop paying your taxes. If we all stop paying our taxes, they can't all.
Then you'll be locked straight the fuck up. And then when you resist, they'll body your ass.
Your ass will be thrown in handcuffs, and they have complete authority to do it, whether or not you like it or not. And that's just how things work here. Period, plain and simple. And then people go up to the, well, that's unethical. You can't do that. Yeah, they can, because they got fucking guns, and they got the government, and they got fucking technology and shit.
That's what I'll be trying to tell
God
them.
knows what the hell they have.
Do they not understand when you start using words, ethical, morality, and everything? Guess what? In nature, force wins. Force wins.
These people are satanic, devil-worshipping, blood-sacrificing, evil demons. Period. That's how the government... Look, I mean, if people haven't realized this yet, did you know that these people are into deep Satanism? You think these people abide by morality? They work for the fucking devil, you motherfuckers. They're pure evil. How do you think they can do this shit? They work for the dark side. That's why people can get away with it. That's why they have... I mean, just think about it, you know. You look at the entertainment business. Why on earth do these people flash satanic, devil-worshipping garbage in their fucking music videos for? It's because they work for the fucking devil. These people are evil. They're evil. And so I don't understand. You know what? I'm just ranting, but I don't understand why people think that, oh, you got to abide by the Constitution and this. Yes, I get that, but they don't. They're not going to. Okay, that's just how.
Don't give a fuck about the Constitution. Tell them to abide by the Constitution. Yeah, try to make them do that. I would love to see you take your ass down to your local government courthouse or wherever the fuck, police station at that, and say, hey, you know what? I've been noticing some fuckery here. I don't think y'all remember what the Constitution is. We'll see what happens to you. See how well that goes for you.
Yeah, good luck with that. Have fun, you know. Meanwhile, these people are, you know, they're fucking involved in pedophilia, for God's sake. You think they give a shit about the Constitution? They don't give a damn about the Constitution.
A lot of motherfuckers forget, like, dude, we're dealing with human beings in nature. This is straight up. See, when I use the word nature, a lot of people don't understand the grand scope of what I'm talking about. I'm talking about reality. I'm talking about exactly what it is to exist as a living, mortal creature. So within that aspect, guess what wins? It's power and force. No one, here's the thing. Walk up to a cop and tell him that you don't like his haircut and see how much he gives a flying fuck.
Yeah, or more so, you know, go and tell him to go fuck himself and then see what happens.
There actually used to be a clause in a lot of states. You could legally go up to a cop, and as long as you stated it, in my opinion, you can say anything you want. That's no longer the case. It doesn't matter if you qualify it with, in my opinion. You say something cross, you're probably going to jail.
Yeah, I know in London, I was talking with a friend and lives in the UK, and he said that, yeah, the police there, they don't carry guns, and you can say whatever they want. Well, not here. They can't do that. I'm sorry. You just can't. You look at a cop, you eyeball a police officer, he's going to be suspicious of you. And that's it. You know, all these people, well, police officers are, you know, they're not supposed to do that, but they're doing it. So that's the bottom line. They're doing it.
Back in my blue pill days, I always was going along with the rhetoric that Canadian Mounties and all that were pussies and all that. And then I found out after a lot of looking into that, oh, no, actually, we tried to invade them, they kicked our ass. Then after that, you'll find out that a lot of the Canadian Mounties and cops, they beat people straight the fuck up, or they'll leave them to die in their freezing ass wastelands they have. No bullshit. There's one cop, I wish I could remember his name, but yeah, the motherfucker had like damn near his whole squad on steroids. Show up to a domestic dispute. beat the guy's ass, and leave. No report filed, no nothing. Whoop the guy's ass, leave, that's it.
And don't get me wrong, that isn't a right thing to do. But like you said, staying free, they have the power, they got the authority, and they got the force. And we're just not equipped. And the only thing that we can do, and that's to sum up the stream today, because I don't want this to go too long, but that's really what it comes down to. The only thing that you can do is realize that what the politicians say, what the mainstream news media says, what the stupid, idiot, moronic celebrities say is garbage. They do what they're told. They follow orders. And people, unfortunately, believe these people, and that's why we're in the condition that we're in, because they don't get it. And it's a very, I know I don't want to make this stream all cryptic and morbid and, oh my God, everything's going to, but the reality of the situation is people are just not getting it. And I don't know what else to tell people other than stay away from it, shut it off, spend time with your family, hang out with your friends, and just fuck it. Fuck it.
Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. That's spend time with your family. Shit. I have a little bit of an I'm a contrarian at this point. I think I'm Jordan. Your family again.
It's a thing because we're in different situations. You know, some people may have family where it's square, and other people may have family where it's fucked, completely just really fucked. So
yeah,
I mean, that point is definitely a relative thing. So
I would say look at people's behavior, human nature, objectively, no matter who the person is, and pay attention exactly to what it is, and try to make sure you have that foresight to give yourself a little bit of understanding on the actions and the choices they might choose when it comes to dealing with you.
Yeah, everybody's family is different. If you know, some people can do that, some people can't. Whatever your situation applies, do what works for you. You know, I'm not saying everybody do that, but like I said, everybody's got a different situation, and you know, just do what works. You know, and just basically the whole point is don't get caught up in the circus show. Don't get caught up in all of the emotional garbage that they try to feed you, because it really will drive you crazy, and, you know, and just don't get caught up into it. And that's all I wanted to say.
Just to put it into an example, somebody in my family tried to hit me over the head with a mic stand. I'm talking about one of those mic stands that got like the iron bottoms, almost like a dumbbell. I had to beat his ass.
God.
Yeah, I had to beat his ass and put him to sleep.
Oh God. Yeah, that's not good. Well, you don't want to hang out with them, do you?
that's a great situation to walk away from. Oh yeah,
just walk away. No, I handled that situation immediately.
Well, after you handled it, I'm guessing you walked away, right? So.
Yeah, they already know what the deal is. They already know. Don't come around me. Don't ask me for nothing. Don't talk to me, because I might have to body you. Here's the thing. Everybody will, well, no, but he didn't deserve it. He deserved it in my eyes. He was trying to threaten my fucking life.
Yeah. That's really the message today. I mean,
so wait, he didn't mean it because I didn't let him hit me with it? That's what I hear. Oh, he didn't mean it because you moved out the way really quick.
Yeah. It's, you know, here's the bottom line, and I'm going to end the stream on this final note. And if you guys want anything else to say on this final note, you know, I think that feminism is, you know, but I think a lot of people hope to think that there's going to come an end to all this, you know, insanity. Unfortunately, I don't see any of that coming to an end anytime soon. I see it getting worse. But at least in the Mgtow community, we know that all this stuff is designed to set us up for failure. And if you can realize that, you're going to have a much easier time off than the rest of the people who want to continue to buy into think that equality is a good thing and that everybody can hold hands and sing fucking Kumbaya and all this other stuff. And meanwhile, you know, there are a bunch of lemmings being let off the cliff at the exact same time. You know, that's really what it comes to.
And before Messenger, I'm sorry. Damn, he probably is in the Messenger. So also to add to that, a lot of guys need to understand, I don't give a fuck how you don't like my attitude or my behavior. I'm trying to bring masculinity back, and we need to have it there. I regained mine. You need to regain yours. It helps you build your testosterone, work out, lift weights, fucking cuss, insult shit, get angry, express your goddamn anger. Don't hold that shit in. Don't be suppressed. If you can't do it in your everyday life, I can't. That's why I come on here. Hell.
I got a guy in the comments that it's just from Guy King. The element angry. Angry Mgtow is incorrect. Angry Mgtow is incorrect to think that feminism will end soon. Well, good for him. Let him think that. I don't give a damn.
They're lying. They're lying to themselves, and they're trying to lie to everybody else. And the reason why, you know why it seems that way, is because they're just being a little bit less quiet. They're changing tack.
Well, why did you invite us over here? I think it was going to be like an hour stream. I don't know why you did this. You need to shut it down now. If you don't shut it down now, we won't shut up. We won't.
Yeah, no, I'm shutting it down. All right. We'll chat more after the stream ends. But anyways, I appreciate everybody coming on today. I wanted to have, I want to introduce Staying Free and Misanthropic. We chatted at Hangouts over at Traversables Hangout and whatnot. So we'll definitely talk more here soon in the next coming few weeks or whatever days, whatever the case may be. But the point is of the stream today is just don't get caught up in what all this stuff is. Don't get yourself emotionally destroyed by all this stuff because you will go crazy. The point is just don't get caught up into it. Enjoy your life. Go Mgtow if you're not, and do what you got to do because the point is that's all you got left. You got just go Mgtow.
Wait, can I do the outro? Can I do the outro?
No, you can't do the outro. He just did it.
No, I'm doing the outro.
Outro
Fuck
part
that.
2.
I'm taking over the channel. It's fucking Mgtow, bro.